Camilla Thurlow has revealed her daughter Nora is on her own time frame and has not yet started to walk or talk, as she reassured other worried parents. The former Love Island star, 34, recently shared how her daughter, 22 months, has just started to crawl and has since received a lot of messages from mothers who have been feeling worried or isolated over their children's milestones. Sharing her own experience, Camilla said she didn't realize how sharing her first child's milestones on social media could affect other parents, until she had her second baby, who is on a very different time frame. Camilla, who is currently pregnant with her third child and shares her two daughters Nell, 3, and Nora with her husband Jamie Jawett, received praise for the honest and beautiful post from fans who have been going through the same thing. The influencer explained that Nora said the word dada for the first time around 8 months ago, and then overnight she stopped and hasn't said it since. She added that her daughter has never said the word mama. The average age for babies to start walking is thought to be at around 14 months, with most babies taking their first steps from between 9 to 18 months. If they are not walking independently by 18 months, then parents should contact a health visitor for advice. Camilla credited her health visitors for the assessments they have done with Nora and the referrals that have been made so far. Similarly, between 12 to 18 months babies start using single words. They are likely to be able to name familiar people and objects. Taking to Instagram on Tuesday, Camilla said, "When I shared recently about Nora starting to crawl at 20 months, and not yet walking, I got a lot of messages from mums who have been feeling worried, or isolated, as the majority of what they see on here are other babies reaching certain milestones. It really got me thinking, because I shared a lot of firsts with Nell without even realizing I was doing it. I would just want to share how cute she was using her fork, or be so excited she'd said mama and was making funny babbling sounds. And please don't get me wrong, I love to see those posts. Watching parents see their babies do things for the first time and the amazement and joy that brings is something very special, and is such a lovely thing to celebrate. But having a second child on a very different time frame has reminded me how much easier it is, without even realizing you're doing it, to fill a square, or story, with something that someone is doing rather than isn't doing. So I just wanted to share that whilst the nature of social media means you might constantly see babies meeting milestones, you really aren't alone if they're not, and it doesn't mean there aren't other mums and dads out there in a similar situation to you. I don't share so many of those moments with Nora, and it's not because she's a second child, it is simply because we haven't shared those moments in real life yet. She's very much on her own time frame for everything, although I've only touched on gross motor development on here before. She doesn't speak. About 8 months ago she said dada for the first time, and then overnight she stopped and hasn't said it since. She has never said mama. Day to day we are still working on her cutlery and practical skills. We have been so grateful to our health visitors for her assessments and the referrals that have been made, because we want her to have every bit of support she needs, and for our family to create an environment in which she can thrive. Equally, I want Nora to know she can be a baby for as long as she wants or needs to. We are very proud of how she is steadfastly moving through the world at her own pace. The last thing I want is for her to grow up thinking that life is a race, or that she needs to be the fastest, smartest, funniest or loudest person in the room to be worthy of love. She will be loved absolutely wholeheartedly and unconditionally for exactly who she is, and because we are lucky enough that she is ours. I know being a parent of a baby on their own timeframe can be fraught with worry and self-doubt because we all just want to do the best for our babies, so I'm sending lots of love, and I highly recommend the Bluey episode The Baby Race. Just don't watch it right before heading out because it's a real tearjerker.